Alright, Ahsoka Season 2, let's talk about it. The first one had really high hopes, and don't get me wrong, it was okay. It was good. It just didn't really feel like Star Wars. Hear me out. I mean, for one, Star Wars apparently has turned into something where lightsabers, which is literally one of, if not the most dangerous weapon in the galaxy, actually it's probably not, but I'm exaggerating here. The lightsaber is supposed to be dangerous. Yet, in Disney Star Wars, you can get stabbed with it and still survive. We've got case in point in the Ahsoka show, which was very weak, which was Sabine. But that's besides the point. The thing with Ahsoka Season 1 that I have trouble with is that it doesn't look like Star Wars. So, let's have an image of Star Wars original trilogy. Let's not go into the prequels. The prequels are just an easy example here, but let's go into the original trilogy. Right, this is an image of that. This is an image of Ahsoka. It just doesn't feel like Star Wars. Do you get what I mean? And this is the thing that I just spoke about in my previous video, which was to do with how Disney milked the formula of Mandalorian when they should have actually been making movies. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. Let's talk about what we know about Ahsoka Season 2. It's officially confirmed. Dave Filoni is continuing the story. Surprise, surprise. The expected date on Disney Plus is early 2027, but there is no exact date as of yet. There's no public trailer that has been released on social media, and the production has moved forward after Star Wars Celebration Japan in 2025. Now, the story setup for this is that Ahsoka and Sabine are still obviously stranded on Peridea. Ezra is back in the main galaxy, which is creating a split storyline, which I believe we will see. It won't just be heavily focused on Ahsoka. Thrawn is expected to be the major threat, even though I didn't even feel like he was a major threat in Season 1. And then we have Shin Hati's future is still unclear, which is sort of like a major wild card. Not to mention Baylan Skoll as well. The big returns we have in Ahsoka Season 2. So Hayden Christensen is back as Anakin Skywalker. We have Rory McCann is replacing Ray Stevenson as Baylan Skoll, rest in peace. We have Admiral Akbar is returning, and May face Thrawn. Don't know how that's going to be much of a face-off. More Rebels connections. So we have Ezra, Hera, Zeb, Sabine, and obviously Chopper. Chopper's a really, I actually like Chopper a lot, especially from Rebels. We have bigger mythology. So the Mortis gods are expected to play a role. We could see Sam Witwer as the sun. And we have Baylan's storyline seems to tie deeper Force mythology, which we saw evidently in Season 1. And this could be Filoni's most sort of mythological Star Wars project yet. Filoni has had me in a roller coaster as of late. Obviously the Mandalorian, which was joint, is and Favreau's project. I would like to say more Favreau's project. But obviously Filoni has risen in the ranks of authority here. And yet he was still signing off on stuff like The Acolyte. Again, that's another topic for another day. Going into the production cost, this is coming from imdb.com. They have said Disney appears to take a much more careful approach with the second season of Ahsoka after the massive spending problems linked to The Acolyte. The spending has nothing to... You spent so much on The Acolyte because it flopped because it's a shit project, but you put so much into The Acolyte because no one really knew The Acolyte. And The Acolyte was more of a Disney idea, so they wanted to put a lot into it in hopes people would like it and it would pay off. Whereas they don't dump anything into Kenobi. Sure enough, Kenobi wasn't their sort of design. They didn't make up Kenobi, George Lucas did. And they milked the Kenobi name with a little production cost. And yeah, it came out how it came out. They should be going all in for Ahsoka Season 2. I don't understand it. But anyways, they go on to say, according to recently released UK financial filings, pre-production costs for Ahsoka Season 2 were far lower than the spending on The Acolyte. The reports show the company behind Ahsoka Season 2 spent around $33.7 million before filming officially started. So in comparison, The Acolyte spent about $42.4 million during a similar stage of production. The difference became even bigger after tax reimbursements from the UK government were included. Reports show Ahsoka Season 2 received around $5.4 million back through the country's film incentive program. Don't know whether it's to do with taxes specifically, but they should be putting a lot of money into Ahsoka. Hell, actually don't do that. instead of a season 3 of Ahsoka, if there's going to be one, put that into a movie. Save all of that money to really reap the rewards of what is hoping to be the grand finale of whatever this Disney segment is, leading up to Thrawn in the major fight. The only thing is that we feel like it's just going to end with Thrawn dying, and there hasn't been a huge dark side presence. It doesn't need to be force related, just in a sense a bad person, a villain. We haven't had a really good villain for a very, very long time in Star Wars. Hopefully Ahsoka, leads on to greater things for Star Wars. Yes, Ahsoka Season 1 wasn't great. It was really good. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of nostalgia, and whenever you have Anakin or Vader in a Star Wars project, everyone's going to like it because it's Vader, for God's sake. One of the biggest icons, if not the biggest icon. But let me know what you think. Do you think this is bad news for Ahsoka Season 2? Let me know.